Are you struggling to create the wow factor for your pregnant clients? Let me show you how to elevate your maternity photography. The first thing we always talk about when we're discussing how to elevate your maternity photography is client wardrobe. We will always say to go straight to a designer that specialises in maternity wear, and the reason for that is they know how a pregnant body is, how to fit a gown around that pregnant body without anything being too baggy in places. They usually cover a range of sizes because they're either corseted backs or they've got fastenings on them that you can tighten and loosen in certain ways that still emphasise the bump and flatters your pregnant body. There are many different designers that we will go to purchase these gowns, but we always avoid AliExpress and Amazon because they come back looking and feeling cheap and the quality just isn't there. So we have a client wardrobe with plenty of different pieces. All of these pieces come from maternity designers. They've come from all over the world. They all look and feel beautiful. So not only do they look the part, but when your client is wearing that gown, they feel it. Every single time they wear one of these, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like a princess, or I feel like a celebrity. And they can tell the difference. And as much as these are an investment, you can always start small. Buy your first gown that fits the first maternity client that you've got. And then when you move on to the next client, if you've got enough there then to cover another gown, you just build it up from there. You don't have to have every gown in every colour. But we have over time extended our wardrobe to be able to cover most clients. And still now, if there's something that we don't have that a client is looking for, we'll still invest in these gowns. So let's go back to how that client feels when they're putting on the gown. We always tend to mention in passing where we've got that gown from. We don't do it in a braggy way. We don't say we spent X amount of hundreds of pounds on this gown. What we do say is this is a couture handmade gown coming from Germany or the Netherlands or wherever we've got it from. And that instantly gives that customer that, oh, what am I wearing? This feels luxury, this is luxury. And you will notice straight away that they pose more confidently, their shoulders go back and their chest comes up. They feel so beautiful in this gown that they know has been handmade, and it makes all the difference. We've used cheap gowns in the past and it just doesn't have the same feel, it doesn't have the same look, and they definitely do not photograph the same. Posing is where a lot of photographers fall flat. It's really easy to go back into the hands under bump, which can look really dated. It can be done in a more modern way if you know what you're doing with it. But what we try to do is come away from hands on bump and pose clients in a way that they feel elegant without having to kind of stand there and hold their bump. Start with the legs. Getting the legs into the right position will give you that beautiful silhouette, and it gives a base point for your client to really focus on. So when they're focusing on what they're doing with their legs, it kind of takes their mind off what they need to be doing with their hands, which is usually the biggest struggle. Now, we have got a couple of go-to poses that we like to use where your hand is either on the leg or hung to the side if it's done in a nice delicate way. If your client has awkward hands, always on the leg. With the other hand then, we do hands across chest, hand under chin. We can pop hand above head. If they are really struggling and awkward with this hand, give them a little bit of the gown to use. If they are really not knowing what to do with their hands, or if you are trying to pose them in a way that usually works but is looking a little bit stiff, give them hands full of the gown or give them something to do with their hands. If you're on location, use your surroundings. If there's a wall, get them to hold on to the wall, lean on the wall, lean on elbows, and just generally put in hands places where they're not placed on the bump. Now, if you do have to go to hands on bump, we try and do it in a way that is not the usual just hands underneath. So kind of resting your hand above bump or kind of putting them near bump but not quite. And if you do have to go to that hands on bump pose, just remember to do it in the elevated way. So hands underneath, keeping your thumbs in close to your fingers, bring those elbows out. I don't know if you can really see with this t-shirt, but giving you that nice triangle between the body and the elbow, bringing those shoulders, rolling them all the way back and bringing that head up and that chin out to create a nice dramatic pose that gets them feeling confident and looking confident. Creating movement is always a great way to add that something extra into your maternity photography. So if your client is using that gown to create a bit of movement, all of this adds to that image. Now, if you wanted to do it without your client having to get involved with moving the gown itself, then our go-to is always using a fan. You can switch a fan on, point it in the right direction to catch that gown or to catch the hair, and those little bits of movement will all help elevate that image. The last element that we go through whenever we're demonstrating how to elevate your maternity photography is the train toss. This is a really easy one to get wrong, so you need to be intentional with what you want to achieve. You need to know how much fabric you've got, how that fabric moves, which direction you want it to flow in, and you need to really think about what your end result is going to be and then work with how you're going to achieve it. We always have a little practice if we've got a new gown or a new piece of fabric that we're going to be doing a toss with, and there's many different ways that you can achieve this, but it all comes down to practice. Our biggest bugbear is when photographers just aimlessly throw a piece of fabric behind their client. It never has any shape to it, it doesn't have any form to it, and it doesn't look intentional. If you are wanting to elevate your maternity photography, you need to have that goal in mind of where you want it to flow, and then keep going to the back of your camera, checking the angles, checking you've got that image, and if you don't, try again. We always overshoot when we're doing a train toss because we want to make sure that we've got all of the images that we need if we need to composite afterwards. The aim is always to try and get it done in one shot, but if you need to do 2 train tosses, if you don't have somebody helping you out and you need to composite, then you always make sure that you've got that shot. If you want to elevate your maternity photography, you need to have a shape in mind and get practice in before your client arrives. Get to grips with our fabric, keep throwing it until you achieve what it is you're looking to achieve. So when that client arrives, you can pick up that fabric and confidently throw it in the right position and get that image right. So our 3 main takeaways from today's video are: invest in your client wardrobe, think about the ways you are posing your clients, and add intentional movement to your images. Put all of those elements together, you're going to create a beautiful piece of artwork that you can present to your client. Memberships are now available for you to sign up and gain access to behind the scenes live streams of a maternity session where you can ask us questions in real time. So make sure you head over and join today.